Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready to dive into something a little, well, close to home for us parents.
I think we all know where this is going.
Straight to those piles of laundry, those dishes,
And let's not forget the toys scattered across every inch of the floor.
the age-old struggle. Chores. But guess what? It doesn't have to be a constant battle. We've got some seriously cool tips up our sleeves today, all about transforming those dreaded chores into something your kids might actually, dare I say, enjoy.
The magic word being might.
Exactly. No promises here, but hey, a little hope never hurt, right? So today's deep dive is all about practical advice. We found this source, and it's packed with really actionable ways to encourage those little helpers we call our kids. Are you ready to turn chore time from a dreaded showdown into, maybe, a bonding experience?
I'm ready to be convinced. Let's do it.
All right, then, let's jump right in. The first thing that really struck me from this source was the idea of starting small. It's so tempting to just hand them a massive to-do list, but
Yeah, that never ends well, does it?
never. Instead, this source suggests going for bite-sized, age-appropriate tasks. Like, think back to when they were toddlers. Remember those sorting toys? The ones with different shapes?
Oh, absolutely. Circles, squares, triangles. My kids were obsessed with those.
Right. And they get that huge grin on their face every time they put a shape in the right slot. That feeling, that's what we're going for here, that I did it moment. Even if it's just putting away their toys, it might seem small, but it's building their confidence and preparing them for more responsibility later on.
Exactly. It's all about those little victories, laying the foundation for a strong sense of accomplishment and agency.
It's like you wouldn't ask a 5-year-old to, like, mow the lawn.
Well, I mean, some parents might, but
Okay, maybe a bad example, but you get the point. Instead of lawn mowing, they could be helping set the table.
much more realistic. You're gradually building those skills and that sense of responsibility step by step. It's a process, not an overnight transformation.
Exactly. And speaking of making things fun, because who said chores can't be a good time, our source is all about bringing the excitement. We're talking games, music, the whole shebang. Because let's face it, for a kid, the line between chores and play, super blurry.
Blurrier the better, I say. The more we can blur that line, the more engaged they'll be. It all comes down to motivation, right? Think about it. When you're dreading something, you resist it with every fiber of your being.
Oh, tell me about it.
But turn that dreaded thing into a game. Suddenly it's a whole new ball game, literally.
This reminds me so much of when I was a kid. Hated cleaning my room. Absolutely despised it. But my older brother, he was a clever one. He turned it into this whole competition. Fastest time gets a prize. Let me tell you, I was cleaning with the speed of light.
See, that's the power of play. And this isn't just some fun anecdote, there's real research to back this up. Using a timer for younger kids can tap into their love for racing against the clock. And for older kids, think chore charts, point systems, a little friendly competition.
Who doesn't love a little friendly competition? Right. Okay, so we've got the games down. Another thing our source talks about is praise and rewards. But we're not talking like showering them with gifts for every sock they pick up, right? It's more about genuine appreciation for their effort.
Exactly. It's about positive reinforcement. We all thrive on positive feedback. Think about it. When someone compliments your work, doesn't it make you want to work even harder?
Oh, absolutely. That little validation goes a long way.
It's the same for kids. Even small gestures of acknowledgement can have a huge impact. Instead of just a generic, good job, try something specific, like, wow, you organized your toys so neatly, the room looks amazing.
You're not just praising the outcome, you're praising their effort, which is so important. And that's what they'll remember.
It's about building that intrinsic motivation, that sense of pride in a job well done.
And last but definitely not least, our source brings up a point that I think is crucial, and honestly, it's something I've had to learn the hard way. We have to be the example. Kids are like little sponges. They're always watching.
It's true, they pick up on everything. This is actually a key principle in social learning theory. Children learn by observing and imitating the adults in their lives. So if they see us actively participating in chores, it normalizes the behavior. It becomes just a normal part of family life, not this dreaded, horrible thing.
It's going to sound bad, but it's a perfect example. I was like on my phone one day scrolling through social media, and I'm telling my kids to clean up their toys.
Oh, no.
I know.
Yeah.
It was one of those moments where I was like, okay, you've got to be kidding me. Total hypocrisy. But it was a good lesson. I can't just talk the talk. I've got to walk the walk.
It's so easy to fall into that trap, though. We're all busy. We all have a million things going on, but those little eyes are always watching.
Exactly. So to wrap things up, remember, start small, make it fun, recognize their efforts, and most importantly, lead by example. These are simple shifts, but they can really make a world of difference in how your kids view chores. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, you might even enjoy those few minutes of cleaning up together.
It's amazing how a little change in perspective can transform a dreaded task into a bonding experience, right? And it gets you thinking, if we're involving our kids in those chore decisions, letting them choose what they want to do or how they want to do it, are we nurturing something deeper than just a clean house?
Mhm.
Are we fostering a sense of ownership, of responsibility that extends beyond the four walls of our homes? That's something to ponder, isn't it?
Food for thought, for sure. Well, that wraps up our deep dive on encouraging kids in chores. We hope you found these tips helpful and who knows, maybe even a little inspiring. Until next time.